U11 Boys Group 2. U11 Boys Group 3, Matt D, Johnston Carter, Kaczmarski Logan, Young Asher, DeMayer Caleb, Fritzen Caleb. U11 Boys Group 6, Matt D, Peters Riley, Hamilton Kale, Wood Miles, Levkovitsky, Michael, Weisenborn, Viat.
You just move a couple. Switch these reds with those greens.
Shift the whole board over.
Found it hard to get out of bed this morning. Oh, those muscles should Sorry? Yeah, everything has to be torn down and all the moved to Fort Saskatchewan is set up there. Oh, awesome. Bring some friends too.
Call them up. You want to go to a party?
We're going to Boston Pizza. You'll be too tired to want to go, but we're going to.
Scott just found where it's coming from. Got it right in the hand. Right over the spot again.
Can I get the following people to Matt D, please, for senior woman minus 57 kilograms? Jordan Polyafsky, Alex Polygrafsky, Cassidy Norris, Jennifer Nugent, Mackenzie Burke. Can I get the following athletes to Matt D for senior women minus 78 kilograms? Chalice Vallejo,
They're going to be wiping it up the entire time. I almost think one of us should just sit there and get water duty.
Crystal Lucas. Can I get the following men, minus 73 kilograms to Matt D,
Except for
please?
the fact that we'll be in the way.
Michael Sawinski, Jason Wu, Sean Young, Brent Hansen,
And suddenly judo becomes Unreal Tournament.
Paul Verzi, Ivan Ho, Tarzan Mayer, Harjit Hill, Jackson
This is the
Fontaine.
Jackie
Can I get those
Chan
following athletes to Matt D, please?
You can use anything in your environment to your advantage. But you have to use it a minimum of 5 times in different ways, and you have to go, like 3 times.
Look, Scott's so good, he can do it all by himself. You're missing some chairs. Oh, I see. Okay.
Matt C, U9, Group 1. Look, Dave Sakamoto, Steph Trunier, Stefan Kosanovic, Eldon Lee. Come into the
Well-dressed
as well, U9, Group 2, Ethan Kennedy, Kagan Baeze, Hugo Brown, Owen Kennedy, Katsuro Duong.
Hockey, I get those nice black and white stripes.
And finally, Preston Brown, Austin Edwardson, Keenan Heron,
I only fit in with
Belcher,
zebras at that point.
Yoden Novel, and Kennedy Thornton for Group 3 U9 into the marshalling area, please.
It's always tough to take an official seriously when they don't look the part. So, if you're the shark,
They do height. They don't even weigh the kids. There's only 20 of them. You do height. It's like you 5, you're going to go.
where are the monkey tournaments held? Fort Sask?
Fort Sask usually.
Because they probably got a nice big building.
No, they couldn't.
Dakota Chang reports Matt D.
I guess they started already? Yeah.
Now fighting on mat B, Trent Henson, Swang Chua. On deck, Ivan Ho, Carson Mayer. On standby, Jordan Politsky and Alex Politsky.
I think the most fun thing about watching Stefan spar with people is the fact that he's a left-hander. No. Just remembering that when you go for your right-hand grip, he's got left-hand grip, so you look like you're dancing.
Dakota Chang reports Matt D. Now fighting on mat C, Lois Beaton and Gabe Sakamoto. On deck, Seth Trinier and Stefan Tezanovic. On standby, Ethan Kennedy and Gagan Beza.
Now for the little kids, there's a program actually in most sports called Long-Term Athlete Development, LTAD. One of the ideas behind that, you try to keep kids in the sport as long as possible. Apply to hockey and volleyball, everything. So in judo, one of the ideas now in the youngest division, instead of having a win and a loss, so the kids travel for 5 hours, come out, get
for the parents' information, in the U9 and U11 divisions on mat C and D, the times will be straight 2-minute run time. And there will be no scores posted on the scoreboard. So again, U9, U11 divisions, mat C and D. The matches will be 2 minutes in length, and there will be no scores posted on the scoreboard.
Logan Kaczmarski reports Matt D.
I mean, the kid gets up and throws the other guy.
Usually they're a lot of, because they're out there, they're just having fun. You said it, every now and then somebody bursts into tears and dry their eyes a little bit, get them going again, everything's fine.
These guys aren't half bad.
And the parents really like it too, because that way they take all the time and effort, bring the kids out here, and they actually get something out of it. And they're able to surround the office. Exactly. So they get a lot of fights.
Could Jay Robertson please report to Mat A? Jay Robertson of Lloydminster.
6, 5, 4.
Second ball.
We're going to take it off.
Now fighting Matt B, Ivan Ho, and Carson Mayer. On deck, Jordan Politsky and Alex Politsky. On standby, Cassidy Norris and Jennifer Nagugan.
Sandra.
Okay.
Good now.
So what's with the golden match anyway?
Golden score? If it's a draw.
Now fighting Skylar Trinier, Dakota Chang. On deck, Tarek Asayu, Elijah Hugh. Standby, Carter Johnston, Logan Kaczmarski. Now fighting on mat C, Seth Trinier and Stefan Tezanovic. On deck, Ethan Kennedy and Megan Beze. On standby, Hugo Brown and Owen Kennedy.
The third call for Jay Robinson on mat A. Third call.
Kelly.
This is why I went to university.
Kelly, come here, Kelly.
Oh no, if you got me on the...
Yeah. It's recorded. Yeah.
Oh, I like this.
Look at that.
Wait, isn't that from the tutu?
We should save that. Yeah. That is.
He's trying to start a wave.
Lost it.
Testing, 1, 2. Test.
Can I get Jordan Pawlitzki and Alex Pawlitzki to Mat B, please?
Kelly!
I'm not sure. Oh, hang on here.
Get Kelly.
Oh, that Kelly.
That Kelly, yes.
That Kelly, okay. You gotta change your name. Too many guys around here named Kelly. Yeah, I think so. It's been barricaded off of it. I don't know if they're just renovating or something new's going on.
Yeah, I'm going to go first.
Oh, absolutely. Well, the Starbucks up there is not bad. We've got just a few company chairs, not many.
Kelly, sorry man, we lost the video.
I'm gonna go do it again. Get ready. Get ready.
So I just reset match?
Yeah.
Okay.
Transport, please report to Mat A, please.
We still have the live stream.
Now fighting on Mat D, Tarek Asayu, Elijah
Kelly,
Hugh. On
but you're on the
deck,
net, though.
Asher Young
You're on the net because it's
and
live streaming.
Caleb
You're famous,
Demare.
man.
On standby, Riley Peters and Cale Hamilton.
That's it. And I haven't screwed up yet.
Now fighting on Mat A, Chiquina Sunil and Kim Francoeur. On deck, Peyton Olin, France, Blaise Shiokawa.
No, I don't.
On standby, Lauren Burry.
Yeah. Jesus.
Now fighting on Mat B, Cassidy Norris,
What scares me is
Jennifer
when you get
Nugent.
to the older
On
people,
deck,
Melvin's
Denise
done by
Belizo and Anna Laura Portona.
That goes against
Kids are not
logic.
so bad.
On
Older people,
standby,
that's
Emily
insane.
Schultz and Crystal Lucas.
Now fighting on
We were
Mat
saying we
C,
should put a
Ethan
bucket.
Kennedy.
We said we should put a bucket and then a rake and then some other props and then we'll call it the Jackie Chan Dojo.
Standby Preston Brown and Austin Edwardson.
Improvised judo.
That's it.
Can we get the ref to Mat D, please?
They did in previous years, and this year instead they're having prize money for the winners of the individual brown and black division.
On standby on Mat
I think that's
A, Robert Kingston and Daniel Kennedy.
I'll tell my brother to run. I'll coach him. I don't know what I'm doing.
I almost missed our first time out. Holy smokes.
Usually we'll just go time out and sell some of the events up in the league. One fight.
Nobody's
fighting on mat A, Caitlin Older and France Blake Shiokawa. On deck, Robert Kingston and Daniel Kennedy. On standby, Tomas Bigrup and Scott Mills.
So you guys changing the match number? No. We're on
Michael Lefkovitsky report to mat D.
kid take a tumble on it.
Now fighting on mat D, Asher Young and Caleb DeMay. On deck, Riley Peters and Cale Hamilton. On standby, Miles Wood and Michael Lefkovitsky. Now fighting on mat C, Hugo Brown and Owen Kennedy. On deck, Preston Brown and Austin Edwardson. On standby, Keenan Henrik Salazar and Aiden Newell. Can I get the following U9 competitors to mat C? Tyson Thornton, Yalin Baze, Keenan Morrison, Hayden Bamir, and Ryan Leewood to mat C, please.
That one is stop.
That was my take.
Not that, right? But I would stop the clock. And then when he says Hejime, I'd start again.
Yeah.
Then the angle down is the special timer. And straight up is a Ippon. Sneak in. Have some of these. You have yours.
Now fighting on mat D, Riley Peters and Cale Hamilton. On deck, Katsuo Loing and Skylar Trinier. On standby, Dakota Chang and Tarek Asayu.
You gonna mop the spot?
Now fighting on mat C, Preston Brown and Austin Edwardson. On deck, Keenan Henrik Balzar and Aiden Newell. On standby, Tyson Thornton and Yalin Baze.
Now fighting on mat A, Robert Kingston and Daniel Kennedy. On deck on mat A, we have Tomas Bierup and Scott Mills. On standby, Justin Filto and Pedro Kruger.
How do I get rid of him? Click the same spot. Why does he keep doing that?
Okay. If you click, if you left.
Now fighting on mat B, Jordan Politsky, and Jennifer Nugent. On deck, Cassidy Norris and Alex Poliachki.
No, it's what I hate about a touch interface, is everything you touch does something.
Final call to Matt D. Logan Kaczmarski.
They made a touch interface so they don't have to have command buttons on it, so
Yes.
just put it straight on the screen.
Yes.
That's not a card.
I'm just annoyed. I pushed spacebar, I stopped the clock, and then when I went to move the mouse out of the way, I accidentally clicked and I started something else. It's like, no! How dare you defy me?
Now fighting on mat B, Jordan Politsky, Jennifer Nugent. On deck, Cassidy Norris, Alex Polatsky. Standby, Cassidy Norris, Jennifer Nugent.
Final call to Matt D. Logan Kaczmarski. Final call.
Thank you.
Now fighting on mat A, Tomas Beard and Scott Mills. On deck, Justin Filto and Pedro Kruger. On standby, Jim Hamilton and Antino Diva.
I'm like, oh gee, that
Now
belt's really
fighting
long
on
back
Matt
there.
D.
Hey, wait a minute, now it's chipping us.
Katsura
What's going on?
Lyon and Skylar Trinier. On deck, Dakota Chang and Tarek Asaya. On standby, Miles Wood and Michael
Yeah, that's why you're supposed to be
Lechkovitsky.
white and blue, not...
Well, but the little kids, it's not really.
Now fighting on mat C, Keaton Hanran
Yeah, of course.
and Aiden
$70
Newell.
a pop.
On deck, Tyson Thornton and Yalan Beze. On standby, McKenna Morrison and Peyton Bamir.
Now fighting on mat B,
Oh, okay.
Cassidy Norris and Alex Poliachki. On deck,
Mine cost
Celis
$70.
Vallejo and Ana Laura Portolano Azali. And on
I bought
standby is Emily Schultz and Crystal Lucas.
Oh wait, I'm supposed to ignore that.
You'll have to stop it when the seniors are fighting.
Yeah, yeah.
Throw him now, there you go. Pull him in and throw him backwards.
No, I think I have the Fuji gi with the Fuji belt. Is there another one?
There you go. Run away.
I just bought one through Kelly and Gore.
Yeah. Well, that's the regular deal, of course. But I got 2 Mizunos.
Attaboy.
Are those fancy?
Yeah. For tournament keys.
Okay.
One of them's illegal now because it's too. They changed the weave on it.
Oh, okay. Is it because it's too
Hey,
thick
keep
or?
going.
It's too thick and stiff. You don't have to stop that.
Well, the winner of the last match on mat A, please come to the Rocky to report the winner.
Now fighting on mat B, Feliz Vallejo, Ana Laura Portolano Azali. On deck, Emily Schultz, Crystal Lucas, and on standby, Michael Sawinski and Jason Wu.
Fight hard, Aiden. Turn it. Shrimp. That's it. That's it.
Dakota Chang, and Tarek Asayu. On deck, Miles Wood and Michael Levkovitsky. On standby, Carter Johnston and Logan Kaczmarski. Matt D. Please report to Matt D. Victor Vysotsky, Connor Macmillan, Arkan Shishani, Jamari Tate.
Oh, she got the scissor.
Now fighting on mat C, Tyson Thornton and Galen Baze. On deck, McKinnon, Morrison, and Caden Lemire. On standby, Elton Lee and Loic
See if I can buy some
Beaton.
more paper towels. I'm going to be gone for just a few minutes.
Now fighting
I think
on
we'll
mat
need
A,
one more
Justin Filter and Pedro Kruger. On deck, Jim Hamilton and Antino
I
Pibe.
guess they didn't worry about waterproofing that ceiling. It's not
On
nice.
standby,
Also true.
Lauren Burry and Jakina Sameo.
Faking me out. God damn it.
Okay, you'll be ready for seniors.
We had, what was it called? I think it was called the Golden Cup. And it's like a AAA division. Like all AAA divisions come out to compete for it.
Okay.
Champions Cup, I think it was called. But as refs, there's, limited refs during the spring and the summer, right?
Yeah.
So what you do is you get into a triplet and you pair up with your friends. And then you take turns running the clock and being the refs, right? So two guys go out, they ref the game. And then the other guy is the timekeeper, right? One man clock when you've got two of your friends who call all penalties is retarded. Because you have to write down everything on the game sheet, absolutely everything that they're doing, and you got to keep the clock going. And AJ was telling me he was screwing around with me the entire time. He was setting the clock purposely so that every time it got
Now
to a certain
fighting
point,
on
he'd
mat
skip 2
D,
minutes.
Miles
And nobody would
Wood
notice.
and Michael Levkovitsky. On deck,
So
Carter
he'd trigger,
Johnston
he'd have it in queue.
and Logan
Like
Kaczmarski.
the time is now,
on standby,
I think it was 9:36, and he'd have it in queue for
Christensen and
8:36.
Carden
And the
Johnson.
moment it hit 9:36, he'd press enter, and it would just drop that 9 to an 8, and he'd shave an entire minute off the game time. Which I'm trying to figure out why everything is finishing.
The very bottom one. Otherwise, it'll cut out. It's gotta be on the very bottom.
Moppy?
Otherwise, that's all comes up. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Yep. Hey, Scott. Scott. As a ref, just try to steer the pipe away from the end.
Now fighting on mat C, McKenna, Morrison, and Caden Lemire. On deck, Eldon Lee and Loic Beaton. On standby, Gabe Sakamoto and Seth Trinier.
I have to admit, this is much friendlier though than the clock at an arena though. That's an archaic piece of machinery. Beep, 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 beep.
What does it beep every time?
Usually only beeps when you press enter, but and then if you ever screw up, the clock will buzz and go. You have to turn it off. I always know when it's a new set of parents working the clock because my penalties never end up on the clock and the score never updates. It's like they're having enough trouble just writing it down and turning it on and off. That's the other thing is that the clock always runs when you click the switch on it. So it's like they're running golden score over there.
Or their sound is just different from ours.
Oh. That's actually kind of smart. Different sounds since there's formats.
Now fighting on mat D, Carter Johnston and Logan Kaczmarski. On deck, Caleb Fritzen and Carter Johnston. On standby, Logan Kaczmarski and Aisha Young.
Would you guys mind if I turn
Now
this a little bit?
Mat B, Emily Schultz, Crystal Lucas.
No, but just so
on deck,
they can
Michael
see
Sawinski,
down here as well.
Jason Wu. On standby, Sean Young, Trent Hansen. Can we get Crystal Lucas to Mat B, please?
Eldon and Loic.
Now fighting on mat D, Caleb Fritzen and Carter Johnson. On deck, Logan Kaczmarski and Aisha Young. On standby, Leah Weisenborn and Riley Peters.
Loic.
Second call for Crystal Lucas to Mat B, please.
Now fighting on mat C, Eldon Lee and Loic Eaton. On deck, Gabe Sakamoto and Seth Trenier. On standby, Katsuhiro Long and Ethan Kennedy.
Hey, he's doing the river dance.
Third call for Crystal Lucas to Mat B, please.
Now fighting on mat A, Jim Hamilton and Antonio Vivek. On deck, Lauren Bowie and Jacquina Cernato.
Last call.
On standby, Kim Francoeur and Caitlin Oldo.
How long do you have to hold somebody down to get the point?
Last call for Crystal Lucas to Mat B.
They changed it to 20 seconds now to get you off. 10 seconds Yuko, 15 seconds Sorry. But they're just doing 5 or 10 seconds. It's kind of a waste of time. 20 seconds.
In front. Something else low.
Oh, I lost
Come
his
on,
grip.
Eldon.
Oh.
See, I think it's on both sides.
Now fighting on mat A, Lauren Bowie and Jacquina Cernato.
Come on, Eldon.
On deck, Kim Francoeur and Caitlin Alden. On standby, Daniel Kennedy and Tomas Vira.
Now fighting on mat B, Michael Sawinski, Jason Wu. On deck, Sean Young, Trent Hansen. On standby, Paul Zorzi, Carson Mayer.
Now fighting on Mat D, Logan Kaczmarski and Asher Young. On deck, we have Weisenborn and Riley Peters. On standby, Cale Hamilton and Miles Liu.
Now fighting on Mat C, Gabe Sakamoto and Seth Trenier. On deck, Petruhiro Long and Ethan Kennedy. On standby,
Jason.
Megan Beze and Hugo Brown.
Please report to Mat D, U11 Boys Group 4, Leisenbach Aiden, Kamstra Isaac, Basnet Eben, Brehot Alex. Please report to Mat D.
Now fighting on Mat B, Sean Young, Trent Henkel.
Now fighting on Mat D,
Come on, Jason. Mess him up. Aw, the match is over. Wonder how he did. Uh-huh.
now fighting on Mat D, we have Weisenborn and Riley Peters. On deck, Cale Hamilton and Miles Liu. On standby, Victor Vysotsky and Connor McMillan.
Now fighting on Mat B, Sean Young, Trent Hansen. On deck, Paul Zorzi, Carson Mayer. On standby, Harjit Gill, Jackson Fontaine. Sean Young, who is fighting right now, is injured.
Like you may not know that. You're not supposed to tap.
I'm such a baby when it comes to that. I always tap out early.
Or with an armbar exercise.
Now fighting on Mat B, Paul Zorzi and Carson Mayer. On deck, Harjit Gill, Jackson Fontaine. On standby, Sydney Polyakowski and Jordan Polyakowski.
Please report to Mat D, U11 Boys Group 4, Aiden Leisenbach, Isaac Kamstra, Eben Basnet, and Alex Brehot.
Now fighting on mat A, Kim Kantor and Caitlin Alden. On deck, Daniel Kennedy and Tomas Vira. On standby, Justin Tilto and Antonio Bibek.
So I've done 10 matches. Do you want me to be the mop guy?
Sure. Tough job.
Now fighting on Mat D, Cale Hamilton and Miles Liu. On deck, Victor Vysotsky and Connor McMillan. On standby, Arkan Shishini and Jamari Tate.
Now fighting on Mat B, Harjit Gill and Jackson Fontaine. On deck is Sydney Polyakowski and Jordan Polyakowski. On standby is Mackenzie
So I just learned
Burke and
something.
Cassidy Norris.
You can just increment the match and it resets the clock. I've been resetting the match and then putting up the number. Switch spots?
Now fighting on Mat C, Katsuhiro Long and Ethan Kennedy on deck, Egan Beze, Hugo Brown on standby, Kennedy Thornton, and Preston Brown.
Now fighting on mat A, Daniel Kennedy and Tomas Vira. On deck, Justin Filjo and Antonio Bibic. On standby, France Bay Shiokawa and Lauren Burley.
It's getting worse. Huddle.
Now fighting on mat B, Sydney Polikowiski and Jordan Polikowiski. On deck is Mackenzie Burt and Cassidy Norris. On standby is Anna Laura Portuando Isazi and Emily Schultz.
Please report to mat D, U11 boys, group 5. Drake, Weisenborn, Gabrielle Peterson, Carter Craig, and Cole Crew.
Must be getting colder.
We're just going to do
Now
that.
fighting on mat D, Victor Vysotsky and Connor McMillan.
I almost feel like this
On
guy, when
deck
he says Matt
are
Day, he actually wants us to stop
Shishini and Jamari
He's
Tate.
probably used to
On
the
standby,
seniors.
Elijah Hill and Katsuko Lang.
I keep wanting to stop the clock every time I hear him say it.
Yeah, every time I hear it, it's like,
Should I stop it?
Now fighting on mat C, Egan Beze and Hugo Brown. On deck, Kennedy Thornton and Preston Brown. On standby, Austin Edwardson and Keenan Cameron Bazar.
doesn't take long for that thing to just fill up.
Now fighting on mat A, France Bay Shiokawa and Lauren Bay. On deck, Caitlin Alder and Tina Sumeo. On standby,
Problem with the sponge, I guess I have to dump it into the bucket behind me.
Omari Devish Haley and Salim
Yours is a little off, though.
Petaka of Heroes.
Referee's no longer around.
Don't have to stop.
Stop. This kid's belt keeps going undone.
Eben Bassett, please report to mat D.
Okay.
Now you did my job.
Now fighting on Matt D, Arkan Shishini, and Jamari Tate. On deck, Elijah Hill and
slow down as we go.
On standby, Tarek Asayo and Skylar Trinier.
Perfect.
Now fighting on mat A, Caitlin Older and Jacquina Sameo. On deck,
Yeah, I'll scrub up the water and I'll squeeze it in the bucket behind.
Billy and Selim Betka. On standby, Matt Tuyura and Killian Medway.
Now fighting on mat C, Kennedy Thornton and Preston Brown. On deck, Austin Edwardson and Keenan Cameron McClark. On standby, Rylan Leewood and Tyson Thornton.
Now fighting on mat B, Mackenzie Burns, Cassidy Norris on deck, Anna Laura Portuando Azazi, and Emily Schultz. On standby, Crystal Lucas, Chalice Vallejo.
I don't think it works as good as the mop.
Sponges it up though.
Well done, Doug.
Yeah, it's already paused.
I don't know if it's just him or the kids he's had.
Now fighting
like
on
we have to
mat
actually stop the clock for his
A, Omari Kadzakish, Billy and Celine Bettaka. On deck, Matt Taruya and Killian Medwood.
Pretty strong.
It's a pretty good dance.
Just watch this. She just kind of grabs the person. Just like you're going for a throw.
He hit his head.
Second call for Omari Gaveshvili and Selim Bettaka of Hero.
Fighting on Matt D, Elijah Hill, and Katsuko Line. On deck, Tarek Asayo and Skylar Trinier. On standby, Caleb Demare and Fritz and Caleb.
Turn your head, Kennedy. Kennedy, turn your head. Turn it. Turn it. That's it. Go. Turn, turn, turn. Roll. Again. Yeah, again.
6, 5.
Turn the head.
Clock went.
Off it.
Terrence Ozark on deck, Rylan Leewood and Tyson Thornton on standby, Yellen, Bailey, and Kenneth Morrison.
Now fighting on mat A, Kaveshni, Selim Pateka. On deck, Matt Taruya and Killian Meadow. On standby, Austin Blakey and Gurnik Tech.
Now fighting on mat D, Tarek Asayo and Skylar Trinier. On deck, Caleb Demare and Fritzen Caleb. On standby, Asher Young and Charter Johnson.
Now fighting on mat A, Matt.
So it feels like on mat A we're really stopping the clock here.
This guy asked us.
Or he asked for it? Okay.
Yeah.
On deck, Austin Bleak and Gurnik Tech.
Come on, buddy, you can do it. Don't give up.
Now fighting on mat A, Austin Blakey and Gurnik Tech. On deck, Chris Maurer and Pedro Krieger. On standby, Jay Robertson and Scott Mills.
Ken, I got a tape. Because I'm an expert.
Now fighting on mat C, Rylan Leewood and Tyson Thornton on deck, Yalen Bailey and McKenna Morrison. On standby, Stefan Tezanovic and Eldon Lee.
Now fighting on mat D, Caleb Demare and Caleb Fritzen. On deck, Asher Young and Carter Johnson. Standby, Aiden Lansonby, Isaac Kamstra.
Now fighting on mat A, Chris Maurer and Pedro Krieger. On deck, Jay Robertson and Scott Mills.
Yeah, you can poke somebody.
Wow, that's
It's also greasy.
Now fighting on Mat B, Anna Laura Patuano Izazi,
Not supposed to have
Emily
ears
Schultz.
either.
On deck, Crystal Lucas, Chalice Vallejo. On standby, Jason Wu and Trent Hansen.
Just dragging her by that arm. Ooh. Yeah, he's smiling. He's smug about it.
That's alright.
Kid
On
freaks out.
standby,
That's alright.
Kim Francoeur and Lauren Burry.
Shit, we got a broken nose over there.
That's just bleeding.
They don't know Japanese.
Once you break your nose once, it'll bleed really easy. You don't break it again.
Now fighting on Mat B, Crystal Lucas, Chalice Vallejo. And on deck, Jason Wu, Trent Hansen.
No.
On standby, Carson Mayers, Arjit Gill.
Is what he does. Okay, well then he
Can I
needs to
get
do the
Steph
timeouts.
Trenier
Okay.
to Mat C, please? Steph Trenier and Tokugawa.
That's alright.
Now fighting on Mat B, Crystal Lucas, Chalice Vallejo. On deck, Jason Wu, Trent Hansen. On standby, Carson Mayers, Arjit Gill.
Now fighting on Mat D, Asher Young and Carter Johnson. On deck, Aiden Lansonby and Isaac Kamstra. By Ethan Bassett, Alex Brehon.
Now fighting on Mat A, Joy Robertson and Scott Mills. On deck, Kim Francoeur and Lauren Burry. On standby, Jakina Sameo and Franz Ray Shiokawa.
I was fine with the mop. Apparently I'm splashing water everywhere, so I needed to keep the sponge in here to stop water from splashing elsewhere.
Yeah, one piece of advice, don't take advice from Bill.
Okay.
He's a bit more difficult to deal with. Okay, yeah. It's easy.
Did I stop the clock? You did ask me to, so I'm not.
Only if he asks you to stop.
He said whenever he called Matt Taylor to stop the clock. Or,
If you're in doubt about any of the rules, ask either of these two gentlemen. But he's less experienced.
All right.
Now fighting on Mat A, Kim Francoeur and Lauren Burry. On standby, or on deck, Jakina Sameo and Franz Blake. Shiokawa. On standby, Franklin Martin and Omari Kevkish.
Now fighting on Mat D, Aiden Lansonby and Isaac Kamstra. On deck, Eben Bansett and Alex Brehon. On standby, Drake Wensenborn and Gabriel Patterson.
I would have stopped it. They did. Yep. See a lot of your time.
Will the winner of match 20 on mat A20, please come to the draw keeper to report your win?
Yeah, next time Kelly Thornton comes by, get him to check the water. Okay. Yesterday we had little tape balls.
Now fighting on mat C, Stefan Tesanovic and Eldon Lee on deck, Seth Trinier and Loic Beaton on standby, Owen Kennedy and Katsuhiro Lone.
Oh, this guy's good. Time out. Time out. They make like a little flashcard.
Now fighting on mat D, Eben Bansett and Alex Rehon. On deck, Drake Wensenborn and Gabriel Patterson. On standby, Carter Craig and Cole Coop.
Now fighting on mat D, Carson Meyer, Arjun Gill, Jennifer Nugent, and then on deck, Jennifer Nugent versus Sydney Polioski. Standby, Crystal Lucas, Anna Laura Portuato
the box.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's too much programming.
That's not even programming, that's art.
I don't know. Insert picture? No.
Saying what they should do is they should outsource it to a company that knows what they're doing and make them a worthwhile program.
This is me by volunteer. Judo Canada doesn't have that much money.
Well then, we'll grab some of my programming buddies and we'll take the time, grab some Google image pictures of somebody doing a throw.
No, you just need to rest somewhere.
Yeah. And then a picture of two guys grappling on the ground for the spot where you click for groundwork.
Yes.
Now fighting on mat C, Seth Trinier and Loic Beaton on deck, standby, Hugo Brown and Ethan Kennedy.
I'm also hoping the water stops at some point. There used to be a really big puddle on the green. It's not there anymore, so I think it's stopped dripping there. Or it's moving.
Now fighting on mat A, Franklin Martin and Mari Evkishvili. On deck, Josh McKenzie and Matt Taruga. On standby, Elijah Sinari and Austin Blakey.
Wyatt Wensenborn, please report Matt D. Wyatt Wensenborn. Now fighting on mat D, Drake Wensenborn and Gabriel Patterson. On deck, Carter Craig and Cole Coop. On standby, Michael Levoitsky and Wyatt Wensenborn.
Now fighting on mat A, Josh McKenzie and Matt Taruga.
Now fighting on mat C, Owen Kennedy and Katsuhiro on deck, Hugo Brown and Ethan Kennedy. On standby, Aiden Newell and Kennedy Thornton.
On deck, Elijah Sunarine and Austin Blakey. On standby, Jim Hamilton and Chris Mauer.
Brought my DS. What a street past like 35 kids here. My girlfriend's probably laughing up there because she brought hers.
Now fighting on mat D, Carter Craig and Cole Coop. On deck, Michael Levkovitsky and Wyatt Weisenborn. On standby, Miles Wood and Peter Riley.
guys are doing okay? Do you need anything? Nope. All is good? Okay.
I don't even have a spot to clean up this time.
Now fighting on mat C, Hugo Brown and Ethan Kennedy. On deck, Aiden Newell and Kennedy Thornton. On standby, Keenan Herron, Henry Bilzer.
I had one and I was drinking.
Brown.
Yeah. Yeah, but maybe I'm upset the cannons. Jeez, I keep sounding like an idiot in front of that guy.
Peter Riley, please report to mat D.
Now fighting on mat B, Jennifer Mugen, Sydney Polikowiecki. On deck, Crystal Lucas, Anna Laura Portuando Asazi. On standby, Emily Schultz, Cherise Valazer.
Now fighting on mat D, Michael Levkovsky and Riyad Weisenborn. On deck, Miles Wood and Peter Riley. On standby, Connor McMillan and Arkin Shishani.
Now fighting on mat A, Elijah Suneri and Austin Blakey. On deck, Jim Hamilton and Chris Maurer. On standby, Jay Robertson and Robert Kingston.
Want to switch? Want to switch?
Yep.
Now fighting on mat C, Kenny. Now fighting on mat C, Aiden Newell and Kennedy Thornton. On deck, Keenan Henry Bilzer and Preston Brown. On standby, Keenan Bamir and Rylan Leewood.
seeing Gorda Kelly in a while. With the volume on the TV.
Now fighting on Mad D, Miles Wood and Peter
If Gorda Kelly came
on
around, we're
deck,
just supposed to ask
Connor
if they could turn the
McMillan
volume
and
on the
Arkin
TV.
Shishani. On standby, Jamari Tate and Victor Vysotsky.
Now fighting on Matt B, Crystal Lucas, Ana Laura Portuando Asazi. On deck, Emily Schultz, Chalice Vallejo. On standby, Swing Choi and Paul Zorzi.
Man, you don't even have to go clean up. Look, if you get into that corner before they do, no, too late. Well, there's that corner still dripping a bit, but this one there's just a little tiny dot I see, so it's just like a little spot. Yeah, you definitely can't do that one.
Now fighting on Mat C, Keenan Hander and Belzer and Preston Brown on deck, Keenan Lemire and Rylan Leewood. On standby, McKinnon Morrison and Tyson Thurton.
Now fighting on Mat D, Connor McMillan and Arkan Shishani. On deck, Jamari Tate and Victor Vysotsky. On standby, Dakota Chang and Casto Lung.
This is now 23. This next one is going to be 23.
In the winner of match 24, please be 24, please report to the draw keepers and report to the win. Now fighting on mat A, Jim Hamilton and Chris Maurer. On deck, Jay Robertson and Robert Kingston. On standby, Lauren Burry and Caitlin Alder.
The volume is too low.
Now fighting on mat C, Hayden Vermeer and Rylan Leewood. On deck, McKenna Morrison and Tyson Thornton. On standby, Gabe Sakamoto and Eldon Lee.
He's got a towel or something.
Matt? I thought I got it. I was like, I got this.
You paused it and then you started it again.
Oh.
Now fighting on mat A, Jay Robertson and Robert Kingston. On standby, or on deck, Lauren Burry and Caitlin Alder. On standby, Miles Bay, Shiokawa and Kim Van Keur.
Now fighting on mat D, Jeremy Tate and Victor Vysotsky. On deck, Dakota Chang and Katso Lung. On standby, Skylar Trenier and Elijah Hill.
Can the winner of match 24 on mat A between Elijah Suneri and Austin Blakey, please report your win to the draw keeper at mat A.
Skylar Trenier, please report to mat D. Skylar Trenier.
You steal you guys a chair for a minute? 2 minutes, I mean? It's worth a chair.
Now fighting on mat C, Hayden Vermeer, McKinnon, Morrison and Tyson Thornton. On deck, Gabe Sakamoto and Eldon Lee. On standby, Lokic Beaton and
Now fighting on mat D, Dakota Chang and Katso Liang. On deck, Skylar Chenier and Elijah Hill. On standby, Logan Kashmars and Caleb Fritzen.
Now fighting on mat A, Lauren Burry and Caitlin Alder. On deck, Franz Bay Shiokawa and Kim Francoeur.
Oh snap, I didn't see the third rep.
On standby, Peteka and Franklin Martin.
Is that spot still there, or are we good?
It's pretty dry, Scott.
Yay!
Someone's happy.
Well, we don't have to keep running out there anymore.
Now fighting on mat C, Gabe Sakamoto and Eldon Lee. On deck, Loic Beaton and Stefan Tisanovic. On standby, Keegan Bezre and Ketshiro Leon.
He's going for Ivan Senaji.
Yeah, he does it both sides too.
Yeah, he gets one.
Go switch sides.
He's like, one of these days they're gonna get your arm. Oh.
Now fighting on mat A, Selim Peteka and Franklin Martin. On deck, Killian Medwini and Josh McKenzie.
Now fighting on mat D, Skylar Trinier and Elijah Hill. On deck, Logan Kaczmarski and Caleb Fritzen. On standby, Carter Johnson and Caleb Demir.
He's already looking for his backpack and walking away. It's so good.
The winner of match A27 between Lauren Burry and Caitlin Alder. Please report your win to the draw keeper on mat A.
Those guys go for 15?
No, they kept having to stop.
Caitlin Alder, can you report to the draw keeper at mat A?
Now fighting on mat B, Emily Schultz, Chalice Vallejo. On deck is Susan Joy,
I didn't know that
Paul
there was
Dozier.
in the corner.
On standby is Jordan Polyaskowicz and Cassidy Norris.
Now fighting on mat A, Kelly Medewick and Josh McKenzie. On standby, Gurnik Tech and Elijah Surneri.
Now fighting on mat D, Logan Kaczmarski and Caleb Fritzen. On deck, Carter Johnson and Caleb.
I've been drinking out of that one.
Isaac Damstra.
This was mine. I was giving it. I've been drinking out of it the whole time.
Why has it got an S on it?
Ah!
It's mine. I don't have any bugs. Okay.
On standby on mat A, Jim Hamilton. And
I asked about it. I said, whose water is this?
Now fighting on mat C is Kagan Bazere
said, well, if you've been
Sheila
drinking, it
Leon.
clearly must be
On
this one.
deck, Ethan Kennedy and Owen Kennedy. Standby, Austin Edwardson and Kennedy Hood.
I asked. I said, whose water is this? It says, and then he says, well, you said you've been drinking out of it, so this has to be yours. I'm like, but, oh, yeah, that's mine. Yeah, I'm drinking all the water today.
Just one through that song, leave him alone.
Now fighting on mat A, Bernard Depp and Elijah Surneri. On deck, Jim Hamilton and Daniel Kennedy. On standby, Jay Robertson and Justin Philto.
Now fighting on mat D, Carter Johnson and Caleb Demir. On deck, Isaac Kamstra and Eben Basnick. On standby, Alex Brihot and Aiden Lazenby.
Time. Uh-oh.
Now fighting on mat A, Sung Choi, Paul Zorzi. On deck, Jordan Polyaskopoulos, and Cassidy Norris. On standby, Emily Schultz, Crystal Lucas. Now fighting on mat B, Sung Choi, Paul Zorzi.
Now fighting on mat B, Ethan Kennedy and Owen Kennedy. On deck, Austin Edwardson and Kennedy Thornton. On standby, Preston Brown and Aiden Newell.
Now fighting on mat A, Jim Hamilton and Chris Maurer. On deck, Jay Robertson and Justin Vilto.
Now fighting on mat D, Isaac Capstra and Eben Basnet. On deck, Alex Brihart and Aiden Lazenboy. On standby, Gabrielle Peterson and Carter Craig.
Shut it down. Stop it. Okay. Just stop it. Sandra! Sandra! No, stop the clock. Okay. Here in Alberta.
You want it to be a cyclone meeting?
Yeah, even if it's cold, it's cyclone meetings. Okay? Good. Drop the show. We see we let them. Here, if you get any
Now fighting on mat A, Jay Robertson and Justin Bilto.
Austin Edwardson and Kennedy Thornton. On deck, Preston Brown and Aiden Newell. On standby, Yalin Beasley and Rylan Leewood.
Now fighting on mat D, Alex Brehart and Aiden Lazenby. On deck, Gabriel Patterson and Carter Craig. Standby, Kale Coop and Drake Weisenberg.
Probably 2 minutes down there. I had troubles.
To for basically C9. She holds on, keeps trying. What should you how much should you allow her to do?
Time.
Doesn't matter. In your situations, if they're getting
Now fighting on mat D, Gabriel Patterson and Carter Craig. On deck, Kale Coop and Drake Weisenborn. Standby, Kale Hamilton and Wyatt Weisenborn.
Now fighting on mat C, Preston Brown and Aiden Wolf. On deck, Galen Biazing, Raven Leewood. On standby, Tyson Thornton and Caden Van Meerd.
Cheetos for the kids?
No.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. It's more important that you tell the kids what they're doing wrong.
Yeah.
If you want to call it, fine, call it. But you're supposed to be just telling them, look, this is what you're doing wrong. You got to change that. This is supposed to be learning for them.
Now fighting on mat A, Jordan Polyakuski, Cassidy Norris. Now on deck on mat B is Emily Schultz, Crystal Lucas, And on standby is Sydney Poliakowski and Mackenzie Bird.
Looks like our mat's dry.
Yep.
Stop vision.
And you said I'd have a wet sock by the end of it.
Yeah.
Now fighting on mat A, Jay Robertson and Justin Filter.
And it's still dripping over there.
On deck, Omari Kevish Billy and Josh McKenzie. On standby, Matt Teruda and Martin Franklin. Martin.
Now fighting on mat D, Kale Kush and Drake
Yeah, he keeps making
on
the
deck,
signals. He's doing it.
Hale Hamilton and Wyatt Buzzard. On standby, Ralph Peters and Michael Levkovsky.
Yeah. A lot of the time it's just to tie up the belts again.
Yeah, and even then, because the kids, they're slow trying to
Time! Go! Apparently we're at max volume on the TV and this, so.
Is there a towel?
A towel? What are you gonna wipe up?
You tape the towel up and you can throw it.
We do that? We should throw sweets. He likes them.
No, because then you'll kill the kids. The towel won't kill the kids.
All right, 31. Switch?
Yeah, sure.
Brian, how many was that? 3?
Now fighting on mat C, Galen Biazir, Ryland Leewood, on deck, Tyson Thornton,